a way to do things together, I think writing helps to put all of those ideas in place in a systematic way before you sort of uh, interact with the world. And so I think there are many benefits to doing research. And of course, I mean, the obvious first thing is, of course, you put out papers, you put out your hypothesis into the world. There's another way in which an architect, produces work for the world. Many people, like, there are professors in Bombay like Rupali and Prasad, who run C. A lot of their production is in the realm of words, in the realm of writing, in the realm of hypothesis. So I think the production of architecture isn't only limited to the production of buildings, and that one could think of other avenues through which you put ideas out there that have to do with inhabitation. So yes, I think there's great benefits to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing the response.
Thank you, sir.
We can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
So, what exactly is NASA India Research Conference? So, NASA India Research Conference (NIRC) is a conference that we will be looking at to producing 10 to 15 research papers, and those 10 to 15 research papers will be made that will be composed by the students itself. So, students will be sending their proposals about. So, we have a theme that we announced today. So about the theme, Sir Vijay just mentioned. So on that theme, we will accept the entries, abstracts. So those abstracts, they have to speak about why do they want to do an research. And on that particular research, we'll go through it. That is basically a statement of purpose also, an abstract also about the research that they want to do. We'll shortlist it. And once that is shortlisted, it will be a guided journey throughout then until the completion of the research paper and then presentation of that research paper in a research conference. That research conference will be ultimately taking place at next year's ANC, this year's ANC, NASA India annual NASA convention at the end. So the once the abstracts are shortlisted, the 10 to 15 abstracts will be shortlisted, and each research paper, whoever is research paper, that each student will be getting a guide for that abstract, so as to develop the entire research. What happens in research is that because it is such a vast topic and research culture in architecture is not that evidently taught. Research in other fraternities is well spoken about and well guided about, but not many colleges, not many institutions, or like not many everywhere it is not emphasized properly. So as to have when we delve into research, the thing is that because it is a lot of information we are going through, we might get lost in it. We might forget the why, what exactly is the purpose of research, why I started this research, and to be on the same track to to prepare a hypothesis or research to come to a conclusion, what we want a conclusion or what we expected a conclusion to come to that. We require a guide to guide us through the research so that we we make whatever it is relevant. So for that, we are keeping Sir Vijay sir and the council will be looking for guides and allotting students the guides. And from there, the guides will be tracking their journey, whatever questions they have, they will be answering them to make a solid research paper. So why we are doing research paper is very important that you need to understand. Research in India is something. Research in India in architecture is something that is not talked about enough, as I said earlier. But in West, it is valued a lot. And I assume that, not assume, but I feel that many of us here, sitting here, also plan or hold ambition to do masters in West, some of the other countries. So for that, they have a lot of scholarships given out for people who have done a solid white paper research. And we want this research paper to be a white paper research. White paper research is something that is well cited and made through with the guidance of someone. So that is one of our bigger ambitions, that we want to equip the culture. We want to equip our students with the culture of research, because ultimately research is going to be very helpful in throughout. For anything that you're going to do in life, you do have to do a homework, right? Basic homework. Do need to do some research about it, and that's what we want to inculcate here. So is everyone clear about the structure of it? Yeah. So would you like to have any questions around it to Sir Bijoy? So we have one question.
Then one more for you, dear.
Say your name.
Abhilasha Sen from Sri Mata Vaishno Devi University, Katra. As a student, we are still in this with the research paper work. So, what advice you can give us for doing that?
Could you repeat the question? Could you summarize it?
So the question is, as architecture students who are still inexperienced about research, so how would you elaborate or guide us on that? Yeah.
Do you want to take it? Do you want to answer it? Or shall I go?
Yeah, so it's like, as we mentioned before, we are going to have a guides to this research conference that is going to help us. But how to come about abstract, I think Sir can answer that. So how to come about an abstract, or how to understand,
Right.
how to decode the theme is something that we would like to know from.
Yeah, like mentioned, I think the abstract has these two parts to it. One is, you may